Getting ready for our final race of the day then, which is the Quaife Mini Challenge Trophy category. Identical BMW Mini Cooper S's. Saw a race earlier on in the day for them with a good scrap between Nelson King and former champion Matt Hammond for the victory. The grid for this race determined by the results of race 1. Be out onto the grid fairly shortly. As we said, grid penalties earlier on given to the 10 and 86 cars, but because they were at the back anyway, they're going to start from the pit lane, we've been told. So the grid reads like this: Nelson King and Matt Hammond on the front row. Second row, Lee Pearce and Nicky Taylor. Row 3, it's Alex Solly and Tom Ovenden. Some good scrapping between them in race 1. Then on row 4, it's Louis Capezzoli and Alfie Glennie. Charlie Mann on row 5 alongside Nathan Edwards. Joe Wiggin on row 6 alongside the rookie winner from race 1, Jack Byrne, the Irishman. Luca Osborne and Mike Paul on row 7. Then we've got Frankie Taylor and James Parker. John Mcgladrey and Clark Wells on the 9th row. And behind them, newcomer Jonathan Sargent on row 10 alongside Morgan Root, the ex-rallycrosser. Row 11, Brendan Fitzgerald and Barry Holmes. 12th row, another newcomer, Sophie Wright alongside David Sterling. The 13th row, we've got Michael Fitzgerald and Ben Jenkins, Alex J and Paul Manning on the back of the grid. They failed to finish race 1. And as we mentioned, Tyler Lindsay, number 10, and number 86, Ollie Meadows, for penalties for contact in race 1 for causing a collision. They will start from the pit lane. Here they come out of the assembly area onto the grid. There will be a green flag lap and then a 20-minute race coming up for the Mini Challenge Trophy category. The top 2 from race 1 are in fact joint championship leaders because there are bonus points for pole position and for fastest lap in this championship, as well as your race points. There's David Sterling, number 50, running in the guest class today, so not eligible for points, David. He's a newcomer, comes from Bridge of Allen in Scotland. It's Nelson King in pole, 10th in the championship last season. Starting alongside Matt Hammond in the Accelerate Motorsport car. Nelson King driving for Graves Motorsport. Matt Hammond, he was the Directors' Cup champion last year, so trying to hang on to that title this year and win back the overall championship as well. Lee Pearce on row 2, looking for his first circuit racing title from a short oval start. He's in the Directors' Cup as well. Joining him on the second row is Nick Taylor in the Dayglow yellow car. 7th last year, had a win at Thruxton, if memory serves me correctly, in the number 17, driving for the Graves Motorsport team. Lee Pearce running his own car. Third row, Alex Solly, number 12. Second in the 2020 Junior Saloon Car Championship. Second season in the Mini Challenge. Had 1 win last year for Graves Motorsports. And Tom Ovenden completing row 3 for Accelerate Motorsports, the ex-rallycrosser. And on the 4th row, Louis Capezzoli, cheered on in the comments by Tony Carney. Louis, last year's rookie champion, was 2nd overall, the A. Reeve Motorsports run car, teammate of Sophie Wright. She's towards the back on her debut. Alfie Glennie on row 4. Started his career on the circuits in the Fiesta Junior Championship. 15th in the championship last year, driving for Graves Motorsport this time. Charlie Mann on row 5, Wild Thing. 5th in the championship last year with 1 win. He's in the red number 20. He's run by Mann Motorsports, self-run car. And Nathan Edwards rounding out the top 10. 13th on his debut season last year. The green flag waves and they're off on their final green flag lap, weaving to warm up their tyres. Outside the top 10 we've got Joe Wiggin, possibly one of the most experienced drivers on the grid in the Pantera Carpentry sponsored car. He's raced BMWs, been a champion in Mazda MX-5s, he's done Citroen C1s, he's raced everything, Joe has. That's the blue and white number 41 there. Alongside him will be Jack Byrne, the top newcomer in race 1. He's been Irish Junior Rallycross champion. He's won the Ginetta Junior Championship in Ireland. He's raced Ford Fiestas as well. Behind him, Luca Osborne, number 81. Luca Marinoni Osborne is his full name. He's done Enduro car in a Ford car. He's driving for Accelerate Motorsports. And alongside him is Mike Paul, number 4, in the Directors' Cup, riding for LDR Performance Tuning. His 4th year in Minis. Describes himself as a full-time adrenaline junkie. Then we've got Frankie Taylor, number 32. Now, Frankie was quite successful in junior saloon cars and Ginetta Juniors in years gone by. Rookie in the Minis this year, alongside James Parker, number 30, driving for LDR, both of those drivers. John Mcgladrey is next, number 34. He's both in the Graduates' Cup for second-year drivers and the Directors' Cup for the senior racers, the man from Glasgow. He drives for Performance Tech Racing, raced karts several years ago, came back to racing in Scotland in 2019. So those are your leading runners on the grid. Clark Wells, the former stock car racer, Lee Pearce's teammate, is next, number 711. Further back on the grid, we mentioned Morgan Roots coming in from the world of rallycross. 88 Barry Holmes, further back in this lineup as well. It's the blue and white car there. He won the Sportsmanship Award in last year's championship for Performance Tech Racing, the most sporting driver. He's raced at Knock Hill for a number of years in Minis and Fiestas. Paul Manning there towards the back in 46, the Manpower Motorsport car, failed to finish race 1. Didn't notice if the 77 of Alex J was there for that collision in race 1. Now, we should have 2 cars starting from the pit lane, but I don't know if the damage from that collision in the first race may have put them out for the day. Last few cars into line at the back of the field for this 20-minute race for the Quaife Mini Challenge Trophy category. Of course, the top line Mini JCW Challenge supports the British Touring Car Championship. The trophy class does have 3 dates with them this year, but they open their season here at Pembrey this weekend. The 5-second board is held aloft from the starting marshal. The red lights will come on any second now. When they go out, we'll be underway. Nelson King in pole position. Former champion Matt Hammond alongside. We are underway down towards Hatchett's hairpin for the first time. They're all away cleanly. It's Nelson King who slots into the lead. We've got 1 car in the pit lane. That looks like Ollie Meadows. I don't think Tyler Lidsey is there, though. It is King who leads into the first corner. Trying to get around the outside is Nicky Taylor. Up the inside over the curve goes Alex Solly. Somebody sideways. That was Nathan Edwards, number 21, losing it under braking at the hairpin. But other than that, everybody's got round okay. Through Spitfires ahead, somebody on the grass on the inside. Meadows joining in at the back. Sophie Wright, number 3, but it's Nelson King already with a clear lead. Looks like Lee Pearce is up into second place. What's happened to Matt Hammond? Where's the red machine gone? He's disappeared. That's Charlie Mann coming through. We seem to have lost our second place car on the grid. Matt Hammond, the former champion, has disappeared. We'll have to look back and see what happened there. I didn't see him go off. So leading the way, it is our pole sitter, Nelson King. Lee Pearce in second place. Alex Solly trying to weave his way through there behind Tom Ovenden. Louis Capozzoli's made a good start. Looks like he's going through into third place there, possibly. We'll pick that up at the end of the lap. But no, it looks like Matt Hammond is not there. So your leader is Nelson King. Taylor in second place. Capozzoli up to third. Then it's Lee Pearce in the 23. And he leads the Directors' Cup for the senior racers. Charlie Mann on the tail of Tom Ovenden. They're going past Alex Solly down into the hairpin. Very close in there. The number 4's got away well behind them. That's Mike Paul in car number 4. So they make their way around the hairpin, but we don't know what has happened to Matt Hammond, the former champion. Started from the front row. He's come through at the back, so he must have had a spin somewhere out of our view there. So let's see if he can fight his way back up the order then. He came through 1 place off the back, so 18 seconds down on the field. Nicky Taylor under fire from Louis Capozzoli. Second in the points and the rookies champion last year. He's second in the Graduates race at the moment, third I should say. All the top 3 are in the Graduates Cup. Directors' Cup is led by Lee Pearce. And the leading rookie at the moment is once again Jack Byrne, number 486. Nelson King in the clear in the number 95 car. Second place is the number 17 of Mickey Taylor with Graves Motorsports, both of the top two with Graves. And Louis Capezzoli up there in third for A. Reeve Motorsports. BPS's self-run car in fourth place, being chased down by Tom Ovenden, the man from Kent. Long way to go yet though. Nelson King trying to put as much daylight between himself and Nick Taylor as he can here. Capezzoli holding off the more experienced Lee Pearce, then it's Ovenden. Solly is next through, and then Charlie Mann in the number 20. Looking down the order, has Matt Hammond been able to make any progress yet? No, he hasn't. He's at the tail of the field. The only car he's ahead of is Ollie Meadows, who started from the pit lane. So we'll wait to see if Matt can come through. Long line of cars here for second place, but if they start to fight each other, Nelson King will be able to make a break, try and head for his double. Lee Pearce looking to try and make a move for third place on the tail of Louis Capezzoli in the turquoise car. And it's Ovenden, Solly, Charlie Mann, Mike Paul going well in the number 4. Lee Pearce looking to make a move here in the hairpin. He jinks to the inside. No, you don't, says Capezzoli. Holds him off through the hairpin up the inside. Tom Ovenden says, I'll have some of that. Up the inside as the Pearce just ran a bit wide through the hairpin there. The attack didn't work, and now he's under fire from the 24. Alex Solly behind them in the number 12. Side by side, the 23 and the 24. Pearce has the inside line there as they head through out of the crossing towards Senna, but Ovenden will have the inside for the right-hander at Senna, and he goes through. So Tom Ovenden up into fourth position. Alex Solly will try and get through into fifth at Brooklands, but he's on the outside line. Great drive by Louis Capezzoli up there in third position. Looking for his first podium of the season. The gap is 1.6 seconds for the lead. Look at this further back. Alfie Glennie is in there. Mike Paul. Who else we got? Jack Byrne, the rookies leader, 41 as well. That's Joe Wiggin. Saw him fighting with Jack Byrne in the first race. Alfie Glennie's come through to the front of this group. And in behind them is the white car, number 81, that is. That's Luca Osborne. 711 Clark Wells on the tail of this group behind Nathan Edwards, who we saw go off on the first corner. As they fight their way down, this is the battle for 8th position. Alfie Glennie has it at the moment. Around the outside, Luca Osborne. There's Joe Wiggin in behind them, and the multicoloured machine, that's Frankie Taylor, number 32. The car liveried the same as his junior saloon car was, the multicolours there. Still your leader is Nelson King, the 95. Here's the fight for 8th place. This is the main battle at the moment. Mike Paul running well up there. He's second of the Directors' Cup cars. That's led by Lee Pearce, who's down into 5th place. Third in the D class is the number 30 of James Parker. Further back in the order. Rookies led by Jack Byrne, the young Irishman, in 10th overall. Somebody's run wide onto the grass there. That was Frankie Taylor, number 32. He's gathered it up again. Through on the inside goes Mike Paul to take Jack Byrne. He won't mind too much, he's in a different class. Another of the Accelerate Motorsport drivers, that's Luca Osborne, number 81, ex-Enduro car racer. Mike Paul moves to defend from Jack Byrne. These really are the touring car stars of the future in this series. Through the right-hander at Hatchett's. Luca Marinoni Osborne up there. Jack Byrne all over the back of Mike Paul. There was nearly contact there. That's delayed Jack Byrne. He bounced off the curb. May have bounced off Mike Paul briefly as well. That's going to allow the 81 around the outside. Still, your leader is Nelson King from Nicky Taylor. Capezzoli third, Ovenden fourth, and Lee Pearce in fifth. We concentrate on the battles down the order. Osborne up the inside, past Byrne into 10th place. Joe Wiggin is in behind them. Then Frankie Taylor, and there's Nathan Edwards recovering, passes Taylor. Seems to be struggling with that right-hander at Brooklands, Frankie Taylor. Further down the order, has Matt Hammond made any progress? He's up to 22nd from the back. Here's a fight further back in the order, and there is Hammond, the red car, headlights ablaze, trying to make his way back up the order. It's the number 78 of Matt Hammond. He's on the tail of one of the Fitzgeralds, that's Brendan in the number 60. 23rd in the championship last year, the Irishman. The car runs out wide through Honda there. They gain a couple of places. That was the 88 rather of Barry Holmes. Here comes Hammond, charging back up the order, past Fitzgerald on the inside at Hatchett's hairpin. We said he'd be one to watch as he made his way back up after an off on the first lap. So that puts the race 1 runner-up into 19th place now. Long way to go yet, so he's got just over 12 minutes to get his way back up to the front of the field. That'll be difficult in these very evenly matched cars. Three-wheeling there out of the crossing. Next target for Matt Hammond will be at the 99 of Ben Jenkins. There's Barry Holmes under fire from Ollie Meadows coming through from his pit lane starts. Behind them the 98, that's Jonathan Sargent, our newcomer. Novice to racing this year. Here is the lead pack. Nelson King has pulled away, it's Taylor second. Capezzoli defending third from Tom Ovenden, trying to go around the outside. He's got to be mindful that Alex Solly is there behind him. The lead gap is up to nearly 2.5 seconds now for Nelson King. Lee Pearce on the tail of this group. He's lost out to Alex Solly for 5th. He still leads the Directors' Cup split. Still the leading rookie is Jack Byrne ahead of Luca Osborne. They're fighting for the lead in the Rookies' Cup. Graduate Cup is our overall leader. Here's the fight for third. This is starting to heat up now. Capezzoli running a little bit wide, just got to wheel onto the dirt there. Ovenden behind him. There's Solly. He was a very fast and forceful driver in his JSCC days, the Junior Saloon Car Championship. Number 20, Charlie Mann in the red car behind this group. A small gap further back behind him is Alfie Glennie, number 27. Coming up towards half distance in this second race of the weekend for the Quaife Mini Challenge Trophy class, and they're all moving to the inside there. Tom Ovenden trying to go through for third. Here's the battle further back, Mike Paul under fire from the 81 of Luca Osborne, and Osborne's got Jack Byrne behind him. Those two are swapping the lead in the Rookies' Cup. Luca Osborne has it at the moment, ahead of Jack Byrne. 10th and 11th overall. Mike Paul ahead of them is in the Directors' Cup, and they're going to go either side of him here, coming out of Hatchett. So look at Byrne round the outside. That's a move you don't see very often. Round the outside at Spitfires, that rarely works, but it's worked for Jack Byrne. He's a very talented young racer indeed. He's won titles in junior racing, as we mentioned earlier, in Ireland. This is very impressive indeed, getting ahead of Luca Osborne there. Osborne closes back up again. Mike Paul's got some damage, his front bumper's loose. There's Frankie Taylor, Nathan Edwards. Pick up the leaders in just a moment as Edwards makes a move for the inside. Nick Taylor's been able to break away as these four, I should say, battle for third. Lee Pearce going for the outside on Alex Solly, bouncing their way through Honda Curve there. Now what's going to happen this time as they come over the line? Tom Ovenden moving to the inside, as he did on the previous lap, and again Capezzoli is wise to it. It's the inside, Ovenden's all over him. He's going to go around the outside into the hairpin. That's never going to work, surely. Never get the car stopped in time if he goes that wide. No, it hasn't worked. Solly tries to go up the inside. Pearce tries to go for all of them in one move. That's never going to work. Up on the curb. Oh, and off goes Ovenden onto the grass. He doesn't want to be following the rallycross course this time around. He has done in the past. Gets back on just behind there. That's delayed Capezzoli as well. There was contact there between Capezzoli and Ovenden. They're both delayed. So up into third place now is Alex Solly. Pearce is fourth. And Charlie Mann is the luckiest man in all of that. He's up into fifth. Capezzoli, see he's angry there, fighting back on the outside. He's got Alfie Glennie behind him. There's Ovenden. All change in the top 10. Capezzoli back onto the tail of number 20 of Charlie Mann in the Mann Motorsport car. Had a win last year, was 5th in the championship. What can Alfie Glennie do here? We've already seen him with some good overtakes this weekend. See a replay here very quickly of that incident there. There's the contact, and off went Tom Ovenden. They both went over the grass. So Ovenden got the worst of it, and he dropped quite a way down the order. Pack goes through the hairpin. Charlie Mann staying ahead. Cloud of smoke there in the background. I think that was one of the trucks in the paddock, not from anybody in this race. So it's King from Taylor. We haven't forgotten about the two leaders. They're separated by 3.6 seconds. Seven and a half minutes to go. And now Charlie Mann is almost being pushed there by Louis Capezzoli. Tell Louis annoyed after that earlier collision which put him over the grass, but he's under fire at the same time, aiming to defend from Alfie Glennie, and here comes Ovenden back into the mix, the red, white and blue car. He's all over Alfie Glennie. This is really heating up now for 5th place. Solly and Pierce have escaped into 3rd and 4th, they're together, and then we've got this scrap behind them. Great racing from the Quaife Mini Challenge Trophy class. Over 4 seconds in it now for the lead. Nelson King is running away with it. Here's the fight for 5th. Down towards the hairpin once again. Capezzoli defending from Glennie. Ovenden up the inside. Glennie defending. Ovenden goes over the curb. They're taking some risks through that hairpin every time. Capezzoli, the turquoise car, chasing Charlie Mann as hard as he can. There's the fight for 3rd place. Alex Solly still ahead of Lee Pierce by a couple of car lengths. The gap is 4.2 seconds between King and Nick Taylor. Here's this fight for 5th. They can't get past Charlie Mann. Capezzoli is all over him here, trying to go for the outside. Now jinks back to the inside for Brooklands. You won't get through there. Glennie's going to try and have a go down the straight. I think the green, number 27. And here comes Ovenden as well. He's going to squeeze his way up the inside. No, he's not. He goes to the outside. Goodness me. Thought there was going to be some contact in there. Capezzoli sends it round the outside of the 20 of Charlie Mann. They're side by side. Is he going to get round the outside at Honda, or is he going to run wide onto the grass? They're side by side over the line. Ovenden's in there behind, and Glennie. They're 4 square down the straight. This is terrific. There's a black and orange flag out. We'll pick that up in a moment, who that's for, in the background. Ovenden gets squeezed to the inside, and the order, is it going to stay the same? Is Ovenden going to get the inside into the hairpin? He gets squeezed again by Glennie. This is terrific. Ovenden makes up the place, I think, on the inside. Now, who was that black and orange flag for? Don't know at the moment. Haven't had notification of that. We couldn't see the number there. Means a car with a technical problem will have to pull into the pits. Everybody is still running at the moment, I can tell you. One car has come in. It's the number 4 of Mike Paul. The flag might have been for him because his front bumper was loose. That might be why he's been flagged. Maybe him that's flagged in. We don't know that for certain at the moment. We'll see if we get notification of that. So Mike Paul into the pits. That's a shame because he was just on the fringes of the top 10. Now these 4 are holding each other up with all this battling, and look who's behind them. Jack Byrne, number 486. He's pulled away from Luca Osborne in the battle for the Rookies' Cup. Meantime, Ovenden to the inside, renewing his rivalry with Capezzoli. He's going to have a go down the inside. Wallop, there's contact. They tangle up there. And off in avoidance has gone Alfie Glennie. That'll be a little bit controversial, I think. Alfie Glennie's not happy because he had to go off. Jack Byrne's got ahead of him. Looks like those cars have escaped with only superficial bit of damage there. We saw a bit of bodywork fly off. They've kept it going. King continues to lead. He's increased his lead to 5.2 seconds over Nick Taylor. Alex Solly 3rd is a second clear of Lee Pierce. So the top 4 unchanged at the moment. It's all this fight for 5th. Charlie Mann's able to escape in 5th. Ovenden is now 6th. Capezzoli down to 7th. Then it's Jack Byrne in 8th. He leads the rookie class. Lee Pierce still leading the Directors' Cup. Here's a replay of what happened there at Honda Curve. Second incidence of contact between those 2 cars, and Alfie Glennie over the grass in avoidance. Some bodywork went flying, but they managed to keep it going. There's the lead up. We haven't forgotten about Nelson King. He's heading for 2 wins out of 2. It's a partially reversed grid for race 3 tomorrow. No problems except his rear wheel arch is a bit loose there by the look of it. It's the partially reversed grid. I think it's between 4 and 6 gets a grid draw. Now there's the man who started from the pit lane. That's Ollie Meadows. Where has he got up to? He's 18th at the moment. Battling with the number 30 of Parker, James Parker, the man from Felsted. Ahead of them is Ben Jenkins there, number 99. This is battling for 16th place. Where's Matt Hammond got up to? He's only 15th. That shows how evenly matched the cars are. Here's the fight further back. This is the 21 of Nathan Edwards, the 81 of Luca Osborne, and Alfie Glennie. After his excursion earlier on, he has another excursion, trying a bit too hard to recover the lost places there. He's down to 11th now. Three-way battle here. This is for 10th position. Sorry, for 9th position. Nathan Edwards has just taken Luca Osborne there down the straight, who fights back on the outside. Glennie in behind them. Behind them is Joe Wiggin. Been a very quiet day for the 41 car so far. He's chased by Frankie Taylor. The lead gap is now over 6 seconds, so Nelson King has got this race in the bag, barring any disaster. 2 minutes to go. Frankie Taylor up there in second place. He's clear of Alex Solly and Lee Pearce. And Charlie Mann in a fine 5th position. There he is, being chased down by Tom Ovenden. It's Capezzoli. Byrne still leads the rookie class. And then there's this fight behind them. 81 of Luca Osborne is next. The 27 of Alfie Glennie. In the closing stages then of this Quaife Mini Challenge Trophy race. Alfie Glennie having a go here at Luca Osborne. Has a look on the inside as they go towards Carter's. Side by side. Glennie's got the inside line and he'll go through. Should get one more lap after the one that they are on. The leaders have gone through. Still Nelson King continuing to pull away at the front. Tom Ovenden all over the back of Charlie Mann for that 5th position, recovering after that contact earlier on. Just over a second in it now for 2nd place. If anything, Alex Solly is catching Nicky Taylor, the 2 black and yellow cars. They could be together by the end of this race for 2nd place. There's the leader, Nelson King, just lapping a slower marker there. That's the 46 of Paul Manning, who's just gone a lap down. And in the background, the 2 cars for 2nd and 3rd are going to be together, I think, going into this final lap. Nelson King doesn't care. He's heading for victory for the 2nd time today, the young gun for Graves Motorsport. King turns into Hatchett's hairpin for the final time. Could we see a fight to the flag for 2nd? There's only in fact, I think the checkered flag has gone out early. I'm getting a checkered flag notification on my screen. So the win goes to Nelson King. Flag coming out a bit early there, caught us a bit off guard. It is a win for Nelson King in 95. Nicky Taylor taking 2nd. That's a shame because Alex Solly was close to catching Nicky Taylor there towards the end. That one, another lap, he'd have been right together with him. It is King ahead of Taylor. Solly. Lee Pearce takes 4th and wins the Directors' Cup. Ovenden got past Mann for 5th. 7th goes to Capezzoli. 8th is Jack Byrne. He wins the rookie class. 9th for Nathan Edwards, and Luca Marinoni Osborne rounding out the top 10 ahead of Alfie Glennie. We'll confirm the results of that in just a moment. The race ending a little earlier than anticipated.
Waiting to speak to the top 3 who have all obligingly stopped to hear us.
And here's the provisional results of that one. Nelson King the winner, 7¼ seconds clear of Nicky Taylor. Alex Solly was closing fast, he has to settle for 3rd. Lee Pearce wins the Directors' Cup in 4th, ahead of Tom Ovenden, who recovered ahead of Charlie Mann, getting ahead there on the final lap. Louis Capezzoli is 7th. Jack Byrne wins the Rookies' Cup in 8th. And Nathan Edwards and Osborne rounding out the top 10. Alfie Glennie next ahead of Joe Wiggin. Clark Wells 13th and 2nd in the Directors' Cup, ahead of the recovering Matt Hammond, who made it up to 14th after his first lap problems. Frankie Taylor dropped back to 15th. And then beyond that, we had Ollie Meadows up to 16th after starting from the pit lane. Ben Jenkins was next ahead of James Parker. Then the 34, which is John Mcgladrey. Behind him was Morgan Roots. Then Mike Paul, number 4. Brendan Fitzgerald, Jonathan Sargent, Barry Holmes, David Sterling, Mick Fitzgerald, and the number 3 of Sophie Wrights. All 28 cars did go the distance, with Paul Manning completing the finish as a lap down. Tyler Lidsey, who was scheduled to start from the pit lane, didn't take the start, nor did Alex J. They were the 2 cars we were missing. We can head down to Parc Fermé then with Ewan to catch up with the top 3 in our Quaife Mini Challenge Trophy events.
Cheers, Dave. Well, what a great way to end the day with our second Mini Challenge Trophy race of the day. I'm here with Nicky Taylor. Congratulations, Nicky, second place in that race.
Yeah, it was a bit eventful because obviously Matt went straight away at the start, which I didn't expect, and then my ABS failed literally from about lap 5. So trying to drive a Mini with no ABS is never great. So literally trying to manage it and seeing the gap close from me to Alex was a bit demoralising. But then, yeah, we kept it, and yeah, I'm just thankful it didn't cut out.
But you held Josh off right at the end as well.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's just literally once I lost the ABS, I don't know what happened. I think the engine just, like, something happened and I lost a bit of power in the straight line. But at the end of the day, for a Grace 123, it's more than we can ask for. And yeah.
And
great.
you were 4th or 5th place in the first race today, so promoted yourself onto the podium. Is that a great day for you? Just summarise the day for us in the 2 races.
Yeah, good solid points. I mean, we come into this weekend thinking we're decently fast and just need to consistently get points. I mean, to win the championship, you don't need to win every race. So consistently getting P4s, P2s will do us all year. So yeah, pretty decent day.
What'd you get us up to tonight? Any changes made for the car to tomorrow?
No, just maybe have a look at the ABS and see what happened with the engine in that race. But other than that, yeah, should be fine.
I mean, how much, for those that don't know, how much of a difference does that make to the race?
Basically, when you go into the first corner and you brake, you can't brake as hard because obviously with these things, with having ABS assistance, you literally want to brake on the ABS and basically have it stop. But then it's literally trying to go like about 25% brake pressure instead of 100. So
wow.
It's quite a hard thing to deal with. But just thankful I saw it as early as I did, and rather than ending up like unsteering off into the first corner. But yeah, pretty happy.
Mate, congratulations, well done.
Cool, cheers.
Right, let's see if we can catch Josh Solly over here too. He's just having a chat with our pit lane commentator. Mate, congratulations, 3rd place.
Thank you very much.
We thought the flag might have been waved a little bit early there, possibly 1 lap early. You were almost catching him.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I thought the same thing, to be honest. Because the flag, I wasn't sure if the flag came out right time or not, because she looked a bit unsure of the flag.
We thought I had 1 more lap, yeah.
1 more lap, yeah, I think I could have been close on Nicky, but I mean, he's a team, and 1, 2, 3 is great results for the whole team. We've been working hard for it. Testing here has been great, so it's all worth.
And now you were 5th place in race number 1, I believe. So you've promoted yourself onto the 2nd step of the podium. What did you do differently, or did you just take advantage of mistakes of others?
The start from the first race wasn't the greatest. The start itself was quite poor. I flopped on that one, to be honest. But yeah, so I scrubbed up on that one, got my head down, and just cracked on with it, and just let the field do their thing. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with how it's come out.
Josh, enjoy your evening. Congrats, mate.
Thank you very much. Cheers.